and thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be taking you through a reformer tower class. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're going to do to start. So I've got 3 red springs on my reformer. Those are 3 heavy springs. And over here on the tower, I'm going to take my short yellow loops or springs with the dowel rod, and I'm going to put them right in the middle. So for me, that's 4 from the bottom, 4 from the top. So it's going to be right in the middle. And then I'm going to put it kind of behind and out of the way. We'll be using this bar. We're also going to be using the push-through bar. That's all we're going to be using on our tower system. So let's lay down and get started. Remember, I've got 3 red springs on. Those are my 3 heavy springs. I'm going to lay all the way down. I've got my headrest down today. I always like mine down. You can put it up if you'd like. We're going to start on the heels about sits bones distance apart, tailbone nice and heavy, arms resting long. Take a big inhale as you push the carriage out, and exhale as you pull it in. We'll just start by warming up our legs, linking our breath with our movement. Inhale as you press, exhale, resist. Feel that hugging of the leg bones, muscles in towards the bones as you push out, resisting the carriage from pulling you in too quick. Remember, your inhale's nice and deep through the nose, big exhales through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. And then next time you come into the bumper, just pause for a moment. I want you to unweight your hips and just lift them up like a little hoverboard, and we're gonna go out and in again. So now I've got my hips just lifted about 1 inch, no more, above the carriage, putting a little bit more focus, emphasis in my glutes as I push out and in. Now, if this is too much work for you, you can always keep the legs or the hips down if you don't feel ready to lift the hips. Just repeat the exercise we just did. Good, so I'm inhaling as I push, exhaling as I pull in. We'll do 3, and 2, and 1. Come home, put the hips all the way back down, slide the balls of the feet where the heels were, lift your heels high. Let's go out and in from here. Inhale out and exhale back in. Every time I exhale into the bumper, I'm drawing that navel deeper towards the spine, engaging through my transverse, which is my deepest layer of abdominals. And the transverse run horizontal like an internal weight belt or corset. So every exhale, I'm hugging my ribs in, I'm pulling my belly button in, and trying to draw everything into the spine to support it more. 3 more here. Good. Next time you're into the bumper, let's unweight the hips, come into that little hoverboard motion again, and push out and in. So it's important with the hoverboard that you're not tucking the tailbone and scooping. You're staying neutral through the pelvis and thinking of your tailbone just about 1 inch off of the carriage. Still going all the way out and all the way in. Here's 3 and 2. 1, you come home the next time, lower the hips down, push all the way out. Let's lower the heels and lift the heels. Nice big calf raises down and up. Two more here. And last one. Bend the knees, come home. Last leg position, we're going to go into a wide position. Heels on the farthest part of the foot bar you can. The toes turned out in line with the knees and the hips. We're going to push all the way out and squeeze. Resist it back in. Big inhales to push and nice big exhales to come back in. A little harder to keep your tailbone down in this turned out position. When you turn the hips open, the tailbone automatically wants to posteriorly tilt. So you're rooting down through the tailbone and staying neutral through the pelvis the best you can. We'll do that 2 more times out and in. And the next time you come in, we're going to go into that little hoverboard one last time. So lift the hips, unweight them, And squeeze the glutes as you press, resist back in. Squeeze and press, resist back in. I almost have a sensation that I'm trying to slide my feet together, even though they're not physically moving on the foot bar. I'm pushing into my heels like I was trying to slide my feet towards the middle of the bar. And that hopefully will give you a nice feeling in the inner thighs. Good. Let's go 3 and 2 and 1. Come home, lower the hips down. Send your legs long. Now, if you do not have a locking foot bar, then I would take this out and just come up and switch the weights, but we're gonna roll up. So take the arms up to the ceiling, nod the chin, exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. You're gonna pull into those legs as much as you need. So I'm pulling the foot bar towards me as you roll up and sit tall. And then you're gonna roll it all the way back down, one vertebrae at a time, coming slowly back down to the mat. Once you hit the bottom, we'll repeat again. So nod the chin, exhale, roll all the way up one vertebrae at a time, sitting up tall at the top, and exhale and roll back down. Now, if you do not have a locking foot bar and you can't do this, you could turn to the side and do a few roll backs, just perpendicular on the machine. You could lay down on the carriage, just do a little bit of windshield wipers, working the abdominals, or you could just rest, or you could fast forward. So lots of options. We're only doing 2 more of those. Just getting those abs ready for what we're getting ready to do, which is going to be some jumping. Good. The next time you're up, we're going to step and switch our weight. So next time, come all the way up and hold. Now, right now, you should have 3 red. Let's take all of the red off and put a blue on. So I put the blue on first, and then take the 3 red off. So I'm left with 1 blue, which for my machine, a balanced body machine, is a medium. Reach the arms forward, scoop and roll all the way back down. Now, once you're down, you're gonna take your body and slide it to the very edge. So you still want your hips on the carriage, but you want your shoulders to be quite a bit away from the shoulder blocks. Take your feet on the foot bar, take the right leg into tabletop, push the left leg straight. Take the hands behind the head, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. If this does not feel good for the neck, you can lift the headrest and you can keep the head down. We're gonna do some jumping with that left leg. So you're gonna bend the left knee and then push out, big exhale, and take a little hop off of that foot bar. It's not a huge leap. It's just a little hop, and it's all about the abdominals. So it's very lightweight. So every time we leave the foot bar, those abdominals have to kick in to support the lower limbs that are extended out long in the air. Good. 3. If this is hard enough, you can keep the right leg here. If you want more challenge for the next set, send the right leg long. So every time you jump, your left leg's coming up to meet the right. Now, if you're feeling discomfort in your back, or this just does not feel like it's gonna work for you today, then go back to tabletop with the right leg. We've got 3 more to go. Good, give me 1 more jump, and then instead of jumping the next time, just push all the way out. Take your right leg into tabletop. Remember, you're all the way down to the very edge of the reformer, and you've got lots of space away from your shoulder blocks. Hands behind the head, the left elbow is gonna come across to the right knee and back down. So you're just going across in a diagonal oblique twist. I've got my right knee in line with my hip and my right shin parallel to the floor. And I'm lifting my left rib cage over towards the right hip. Good. Big exhales as you lift. Let's do that 2 more times and 1 more. Come to the center and hold. Lower your left heel under the bar, and then when you lift it, take a little hop. So I'm not letting my left knee bend at all. I'm doing a little hop from my ankle. Now, just like we did in the other set of jumps, We have 2 sets. So if you want to stay here for your second set, you can. If you want more challenge, send your right leg long. Even more challenge, send it under the bar. Big exhales as you lift. If you're under the bar and you're feeling too much in your back, change where you are with the right leg. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pull the right knee in, lower the head down, and release the arms. Now, you should be all the way out. I can grab the bar. If you are not able to grab the bar, come up and get the bar. So I'm going to grab that bar. Remember, I've got my short yellow loops, and I'm going to take my hands on the outside of the hardware. Draw your armpits down to your waist and pull the bar to the knee. You want to connect that bar to the right knee. Once you do that, lift your left leg off and your carriage will float. I'm going to keep pulling with my lats to keep this right bar connected to the right leg, and I'm going to send my left leg up towards the bar and back down. A lot of abdominals here. Good. So I'm sitting that left leg up to the ceiling, bringing it down and tapping the foot bar. Good. Think of your shoulders sliding down your back. Keep that bar connected right into that right knee. We're going to do that 2 more times. Do it 1 more time. Good. Send it down. Bend your left knee. Both knees connect to the bar, and then we're going to do single leg stretch. Right leg goes long, and the left leg goes long. Good. You're going right towards the bar and back out. Reaching the legs long to the foot bar. You should feel those lats. You should feel that connection to the core. Pushing those hands down to the knee. You've got 4 and 3, 2. Now both knees are going to come to the bar. Both legs are going to go long, and you're going to push the bar to the thighs, bend the knees, and bring the bar back a little. So you're just pushing the bar down. The first one I did a little bit too much effort, so I only want to push down enough that my carriage doesn't move. So it's a little push of the arms as I send my legs out. A little push of the arms as I send my legs out. 4. And I'm realizing I should have turned my fans on. This is burning. Last 2. Do 1 more. Good. Pull the knees back to the bar. Keep the left knee on the bar. Last thing. Right leg's going to go long. You're going to kick it up. This will be the last thing we do here. Kick it up. Keep pulling those shoulders down your back. Your head should definitely be down here. I'm starting to move a little too fast. You start to feel your carriage moving underneath you if you've gotten a little bit of momentum. Slow it down. Last 2 and last 1. Good. Set your right foot to the foot bar. Release your bar and put it away. The dowel rod's going to just go behind you, and we're ready for the other side. So make sure you're as far away from the shoulder blocks as you can be. Left leg to tabletop. Lift your head. Take the hands behind your head. Bend your right knee in, and let's do that little jump and hop. So now I've got my left shin parallel to the floor, my left knee right in line with my hip, and I'm squeezing my right leg muscles every time I jump. Big exhales as you jump. Hopefully that built up some heat in your body. I'm definitely feeling sweaty now. We'll do the same thing we did on the other side. So you've got 3 more to go here. And then feel free to stay in tabletop with your left leg, or come with me and we'll send the left leg long, and you'll do your second set. The lower that left leg is, the more challenge you're going to feel in the abdominals. The key is to go towards your edge. Just don't go past your edge. You don't want to get into that zone where it starts to hurt in the back and you start to risk the chance of injury. 2 more here. Do 1 more jump. Now next time, don't jump, just push out and hold. Bend your left leg to tabletop. Make sure again you're at the very end of your carriage. So you've got room at the shoulder blocks. You're going to twist your right shoulder to the left knee and back. If you're too close to the shoulder blocks, they just kind of get in your way. So really scoot down, take a second to find a good position, and then do your oblique twist. Good. Three more to go here. Last two. Do one more twist to the left. Come back to the center, little ankle flip. So we're going to lower the left heel under the bar, lift it and jump. Lift it and jump. Does not have to be a big jump. It's just a little air time. Good. Use that exhale. Big, strong exhale as you press. Second set, feel free to stay here if it's enough. Take the left leg long if you want more. Take it under the foot bar if you want more. Listen to your body. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Set both feet down. Come all the way down. Pull your knees into your chest. Oh, hopefully your abs are talking to you now. Okay, let's roll all the way up. A few changes we're going to make. I want you to come to a red and a blue. So I've got one heavy, one medium, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my bar. Don't change anything. I'm just going to grab it from exactly where it is. Hold onto the carriage. Be careful when you sit down. It might move a little bit. And then I'm going to sit facing my foot bar. Now my headrest was up, so I'm going to lower it down. And I'm going to sit with my legs long. Now my legs don't fit, so I have to cross them, but you don't have to. You want about a hand's distance between your bottom and the back of the springs. You're going to reach on the outside of the hardware, sit up nice and tall on your inhale. Exhale, tuck your tailbone and scoop and roll halfway back. We're going to pull the bar towards the chest. The carriage will move, and then you'll release it. So you're pulling the bar to the chest, releasing it forward. My elbows are nice and wide. But if you are feeling this in the neck, bring the elbows a little lower, the bar a little lower as well. The key with the tower work is slow and steady. You want to have the feeling or sensation that you're moving thick molasses or in thick molasses. So you're not moving a lot of momentum, you're using a lot of control. We'll do 2 and 1 more. Good. Keep the arms straight, roll yourself up. Take a little forward bend so you let the bar kind of pull you over your legs and get a stretch for your hamstrings and your low back. We're doing a few sets of those, a little different variation the next time. So we're going to sit up tall again, take a big inhale, exhale, tuck the tailbone, scoop and roll. This time you're going to row the right elbow down and then bring it forward. Then row the left elbow down and bring it forward. So now we're just alternating side and center and side and center. So as you pull to the right, you're going to feel a little bit more right oblique. And as you pull to the left, you'll feel a little bit more left oblique. Let's go 4 more. And 3. 1 more. Good. Come to the center, roll forward, and take that stretch over your legs. Now, because I have my legs crossed, for balance sake, I'm going to change the cross of my legs. So come back up. If your legs aren't crossed, you don't need to do this step. I'm going to sit up tall, turn my palms facing up, sit tall again, and then scoop the abs and roll back. This time when you row, the elbows are going to go low, and the bar is going to go right to your sternum. So you're going to exhale, pull the bar right to the sternum, slowly bring it back. So I'm tucked and scooped through my lower part of my abdominals, but my upper abs, or my shoulders really, are back and down, and my chest and sternum are reaching to the tower. So pretty much I'm not slumped and rounded through the upper part of my spine. Good, let's go 2 more. And last one. Good, come all the way up. 1 more little lean over the legs. Now to change your weight, I would take the bar in one hand, reach back and take your blue off. So you're gonna be left with 1 red, which is 1 heavy. So you have 1 heavy spring on, and then sit back up, and this time you're gonna have your palms facing up again. We're gonna scoop the abs and roll slightly back and go into a bicep curl. So bring the bar to your nose and then bring it forward. So I'm bending the elbows. And if you want it harder, take the bar towards your forehead. If you want it easier, angle the bar more towards your chin. The higher the elbows, the more challenge you're gonna feel. Again, slow and controlled. Try not to rush this. Two more, and then we've got a little finale, bicep finale. Last one, take it up and hold it. Give me little pulses towards your face. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Really good job. Now I'm going to very carefully come off, still holding the pole. I'm going to come off to the right, let my carriage go back, and take just one of the springs off. So I'm going to set that down, hold the pole with my right hand, and change it to a blue spring with my left hand. So I've got a medium spring. Now the side that has the spring on, I'm facing that way. I'm going to hold the foot bar for balance and come to the middle in a high kneeling position. So my left hand's going to reach under the spring and grab the pole. My right hand's going to be on top of the spring and grab the pole. Now I'm going to try to keep my carriage still as I twist to the left and right. And sometimes it might take 1 or 2 reps to get used to the tempo. And now I've got my carriage still. So I'm trying to keep the movement out of the carriage as I twist left and right. Now I like to think of that visual of the barber pole. That's a constant twisting and lifting. So you're rotating and lifting versus twisting and compressing. So I lift and twist and lift and twist. Last 2. Now hold the next one to the left and give me pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, really tiny. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now you'll just let that pole go. I'm just going to give it a drop to the side and pick up the strap with my right hand. Bring your right thumb to your armpit, elbow faces the tower. We're going to punch that right arm across the body and bring it back. So now you notice the carriage is going to move under us. We're using our reformer strap back to our normal feeling exercises. Good. Nice work. We'll do 3 and 2 and 1 more here. Now your left hand's going to grab the strap and you'll draw the sword up and punch it out to the side and back and down. So I'm coming up and punching, coming back and down. Now don't worry, we will get to the other side. We're just going to kind of work our way around. I'd love to work around the world. As long as you're facing every direction of the reformer, you're going to be working the body in all different planes of movement. Good. Let's go 2 more with this draw the sword, and then we'll go 1 last time. Really good job. Okay, set that strap down, turn to face your foot bar, put your feet against the shoulder blocks, and let's go to 2 red or 2 heavy. So I'm going to put my 2 red, 2 heavy on, and take my blue off. Let's go into a little traditional Pilates exercises, the knee stretch. So for the knee stretch, I'm going to push my hips all the way back to my heels, almost like I wanted to slide only a piece of paper between my heels and my hips. My arms are straight, my back is neutral, so I'm not tucked and curled under, my tailbone's pushing back. Use your legs, use your glutes, and push the legs back, pull the legs forward. Push back, resist in. Push back, resistant. It's all about driving through the hips. Drive the hips forward, drive them back. Drive the hips forward, back. Now knee stretches are typically done quick, so let's speed it up for 10. Controlled but fast. 9. Use your breath. Your arms are straight but not locked. 3 more. Last one. Good. Come home and rest. Now that was our neutral spine. Now we're going to change the feeling and go into curled back. So you're dropping your tailbone, you're rounding your head, neck, and shoulders, finding that big C curve. Same thing with the legs. I'm going to push my hips forward, drive my hips back. But now when I drive my hips back, I'm scooping. Scooping. Almost like my abs are tucking in to put the brakes on. And you're going to feel a lot more, hopefully, in the abs. Once you have it, let's pick it up. 10, 9. Use your breath. 3, 2, 1. Good. Come home. Take one red off and put a blue on. So I have one red, one blue. I'm on a heavy and medium. Last one for the knee stretches is knees lifted. So back to neutral spine, hips close to my heels. Here we go. You're going to push the carriage back, lift the knees, in and out. Now notice if your knees go super duper close to the carriage, it is a lot of quad. If you're feeling it's too much on the knees, too much on the quad, lift the heels, lift your knees higher. 10, 9, 8, 2, and 1. Sorry, I forgot to count. I was counting, I just wasn't saying it. Okay, down to a red. Take your blue off, one red. Let's stand up and give those knees a break from being on them. You're gonna push back and bring your heels like halfway up the shoulder blocks. Come into like a little down dog position. So I've got a straight line from my fingers to my heels, or excuse me, to my tailbone. I'm going to catch my breath for a moment here. Take one more breath, and you're going to press that back into plank. So I'm just going to rotate around my hip joint, rotate my shoulder joint, and come into a nice plank. I'm pushing my heels back, tucking my tail under, pulling my abs in, and I'm going to lift back up into that pike. I'm just going to keep alternating between my plank and my pike. So during your plank, you look up at the horizon, you press the heels back, you draw the shoulders down, you tuck your tail under, and during the pike, you lift your hips high, push your weight back in your hips. Three more. And 2. Do one more. Hold your plank. From your plank, you're going to push back from your shoulders. Pull from your shoulders forward. Try to come as far into the bumper as you can. Push back from your shoulders. Only moving the shoulder joint. Pull forward, come as close to the bumper as you can. The closer you get to the bumper, the more you're going to feel in those abdominals. Go as close to the bumper as you can as you come home, and then push it back from the shoulders. Good, I'm really feeling my abdominals engaged. I'm pulling my abs in tight. Those transverse are kicking in to support my spine. Two more, and then the next, so this is your one. I'm gonna get ahead of myself. One more. The next time you're in, you're gonna hold it. So I'm in as close to the bumper as I can get. Now I'm gonna tuck and scoop and tap the bumper, back to plank. Tap the bumper, back to plank. This is all low abdominal. Squeeze, bring it back. Squeeze it in, bring it back. You've got it. 4, and 3. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Set the knees down. Make sure the feet are against the shoulder blocks. Keep that tuck of the tailbone and let your hips go forward. You're going to press the carriage out, drop the chest down towards the springs. And then I like to call this a Viking ship because I'm going to come forward. I'm going to press my chest to the front, but I'm not collapsing my low back. I'm pulling my abs in. And then I'm going to press back, drop my chest in towards the springs. So I'm keeping my tailbone tucked and I'm keeping like that Viking ship motion that I'm arch and I'm arcing my body forward and I'm arcing my body back. Good. We'll do 3. And 2. And do 1 more. Good. Come home, pull the heels back towards your hips, and take a little child's pose. All right, we're going to move into the other side. So let's go to a blue spring. Take the red spring off. So I've got 1 medium spring on. I do need to take my bar, take it off of that side and put it on this side. So now I've got my bar on this opposite side. So I'm going to get in a little bit different because I'm on the other side. So I'm going to hold the foot bar for safety, and I'm going to enter from this side and come onto my knees. Now I'm in the middle of the carriage. My right hand's going to grab the bottom under the spring. My left hand's going to grab on the top above the spring. I'm going to bring it to my sternum. This is where I didn't do before, so my carriage was kind of moving. So I've got my carriage still, and I'm going to start my kind of brisk twist right and left. Brisk enough that the carriage stays still, but not so brisk that it's rocking all over. Good. Think of that barber pole. Rotate and lift. Rotate and lift. 4, 3, 2. Hold it to the right. Give me little pulses. 10. Tiny. 9. Sit up tall or kneel tall. We've got 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Let's let that bar gently go, just so we don't make a big bang. And then take the strap on the left hand, thumb by the armpit, elbow to the tower. We're going to punch across the body and come back. Punching across the horizon and back. Good. Working on that left shoulder, left chest muscle. Of course, the abdominals always working to support us. 2 more. And this will be your last one. Now the right arm's going to take that same strap. I'm going to draw the sword up and punch and back and down. Now be careful of your wrist. You want to make sure the wrist stays straight, that you're not letting the wrist round or buckle. We'll do 3 and 2 and 1 more. Awesome work. Okay, we're going to put that strap away. I'm going to step off to the front just because that's where my pole is, and I want to grab the pole and bring it with me. Now, I didn't mention that you need a box, so if you do not have a box, you can modify, but if you have a box, go ahead and grab that. A lot of stuff we do sitting on the box, you can do just kneeling on the carriage. So we have the box on short-wise, and we're going to be facing the foot bar. So first off, let's just take that pole and bring it behind the feet so it's out of the way. We don't need it quite yet. I still have that blue light medium spring on, so I'm on a blue. And I'm going to reach back and grab only the right strap. So I'm going to sit up tall and bring my right elbow to my right waist, my right palm's facing up. I'm going to take that right arm forward, rotate it palm down to shoulder height, and then bring it back to where I started. So it's a single arm offering position. And as I exhale, I rotate the palm down, and I inhale, bring it back to the side. Good. We'll do a few exercises on this side, and then we'll switch to the other side. As you know, I like to do a lot of unilateral, so we can work on balancing the body. Next time the arm is forward, hold it. Now put the elbow out to the side, rotate the torso, and then reach it forward. Now my palm's gonna stay down the whole time. Now I am bringing the elbow behind me, but I'm rotating my whole torso. So I'm trying to keep that rotation from the waist, so I'm keeping my shoulders safe. One more. Last thing on this side, take the arm up. I have to kind of rotate the strap behind me. I'm gonna bend the elbow, straighten the elbow for a tricep. Now for me on the right side, this is doable, but if you don't feel this is feasible for you, take your left hand and help your right hand out. So your left hand can be used as a little assist. For the left side, I know I definitely am gonna need to do the assist. For the right side, should be okay. Kind of challenging. Last three. Don't suffer with bad form. If things are hard, use help. One more. Good. Circle that arm around, and let's put that strap away, and now we're gonna do the fun side. Left hand's going to grab the strap, and then we're gonna put the left elbow by the waist, palm facing up. When you push the arm forward, rotate the palm down, and then pull the arm back, rotating the palm up. Now what I mean by fun side is my left side's always my weak side. So it's my challenging side, which I guess could be fun, all in how you look at things. It's my opportunity side. Last three. Good. Last two. Do one more, keep the palm facing down. Now rotate your torso left, push the arm back to where you started. Now if you're feeling a lot of abdominals, that's a good thing. Whenever we're working unilateral, one arm at a time, your abs have to really fire to counterbalance the effect of your body being pulled in one direction. It's kind of bonus work of unilateral arms. Last one, take the strap behind you, bend your elbow. I'm gonna go right for the assist with the right hand into my tricep. Now I'm really trying to push most of the work in my left. My right hand is just there for a little assist. Three more. And two. And one. Good. Take the arm all the way down and put the strap away. I'm going to scoot as far forward in the box as I can because I'm going to put my feet under the safety strap. Before I do that, I'm going to load up some springs, just enough that the carriage doesn't move. I'm just going to put on my 3 middle, which should be good enough. And I'm going to take my feet into the safety strap and push them out to the side so my strap is nice and taut. Grab that pole. It should be handy for you. And we're going to reach it right out in front of you. So sit tall to begin with. Drop your heels, push out on that safety strap. Tuck your tailbone and start to scoop and roll yourself back. When you've gone as far back as you can, you feel the abdominals engaged, we're going to send the arms up over the head and then pull them back down. Big inhale to go up, exhale down. Two more. Last one. Good. Roll yourself up and round over your foot bar, stretching your back. Okay, second round. A little different variation. Let's stack the spine up, sit up tall to begin with. Scoop your abs in, roll yourself back to that point where you feel the work. We're going to rotate that bar to the right along the horizon. Exhale back. Rotate to the left and exhale back. Keep pushing out on the feet, soft bend in the knee. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come to the center, roll forward, take that little stretch over your foot bar. So those were our 2 with our tucked, scooped abdominal. Now we're going to go into a neutral spine where we're hinging. So come all the way back up to sit up tall. This time I'm going to hinge my spine back. I may not go as far. When I get as far back as I can, I'm going to reach the arms up. The shaking begins, and down. Reach it up and down. Two more. Keep that head back. One more. Come forward, lay over the bar. One more to go. Second one will be a hinge, and we're going to hold it back and rotate. Take another breath. Let's get ready to go. All right, sit up tall, reach the arms in front of you. Take an inhale, hinge yourself back, reach the arms over the head, rotate right and back, rotate left and back. Good, think of a straight line from the fingertips to the tailbone. Doesn't have to be a big twist. I definitely feel it. One more to right, one more to the left, come to the center, go forward, and release. Okay, it's time to spear a fish, another traditional Pilates exercise. So we'll talk you through it. You're going to sit up tall. Again, you've got the safety strap. Reach the arms up to the ceiling, drop the shoulders, pull the ribs in, pull the abs in. Start with a nice inhale. On your exhale, rotate your torso to the right. I'm going to lift my left hip and dive like I'm diving off a boat to spear a fish. Exhale, pull the fish up. Inhale, center. Let's do the other side. You exhale, twist. The right hip lifts as you dive to the diagonal. You come back up on the exhale, twist back to the center. So it's exhale, twist. Inhale, dive. Exhale, lift. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, dive. Exhale, lift. Inhale, center. One more each side. Exhale as you come up. Inhale, center, last one. Exhale, twist. Inhale, dive. Exhale, lift. Inhale, center, and release. All right, let's take the left foot, keep it in the strap, but move it all the way to the right. Take the right foot out of the strap and sit side saddle. So I'm going to be leaning into the well, so it's very important that I push up on this strap to keep me safe. So I'm going to hold the bar right in my sternum. I'm going to lean as far over as I can, and I'm going to go down into the well and then back up. See, it's going to hold you. Sometimes it has to adjust a little bit. That's the scary part of the class today. It's not a huge motion. I'm not going so far that I'm getting slack in my left leg. I'm only going to the point where I continue to keep that left leg pushing up into the strap. Let's go one more. Hold where your whole spine is parallel, straight line, and you're going to reach the arms over the head to the tower and back. If this is too challenging, reach it forward into chest height. 2 more to go. Hold it over your head if you can. Down and up, tiny pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the right elbow to the headrest. Reach the left arm to the tower. You can just hold the pole just so we have it for the other side, and let that entire left side release. I've probably told you before, the only reason I like any side over work is because of this stretch right here. And I hold it way too long, but that's okay. If you can hold on to I'm pretty tall, so I can grab here and give myself a little pull. And then I'm going to rotate down. I'm just going to set the pole by the shoulder blocks and turn my torso to the floor. Get this amazing stretch here. Because you deserve it. That was pretty hard. And we have to do it again. Guess the good news is we're half done with it. Okay, second side. Let's come up and bring the pole with us. Your left leg's going to come out of the safety strap. Your right foot's going to go back into the strap. We're going to sit side saddle the other way. So remember, I've got my right foot pushing up, and I'm going to double check to make sure that it's all the way up. take the bar at your sternum, lengthen, to the tower. You're going to go down into the well and lift up. The whole time keeping constant resistance on the safety strap. Now I'm leaning back as if there was a wall behind me, and I'm trying to touch the back of my head, my shoulders, and my hips to the wall. 3 more to go. I'm going to go halfway, hold it where my whole body is parallel. I'm going to reach up and down. If it's too much, reach forward with the arms. 3 more to go. You've got it. Now hold it up and do your little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put the elbow down. You can put the pole down. We're done with that. Reach the right arm to the tower and take your little release. I like to kind of rotate my hip forward and back and just see where my body needs a little stretch. Again, you can feel free to pause me, hang out here as long as you like. And then the second part of the stretch, right hand to the wood, left hand to the other wood. Rotate your whole torso down into the springs. Okay, now we have not used our push-through bar yet, so that's the last thing we'll be doing before we lay down and put our feet in straps. So let's come up, make a few adjustments. So the push-through bar, you're going to come up and weight it from the top. So I have a blue spring at the very top, and I'm just going to connect that bar to the spring, and it's ready to go. I'm going to keep my same springs on. I just have the 3 middle. And if you're a little shorter, I don't have to do this, but it may be helpful to bring the foot bar all the way to the very highest position, because we're going to be laying on our belly on the box with our calves against the foot bar. So I want you to go all the way onto your belly, and then I want you to go as far forward as you can, keeping your bones on the box, but the rest of your body off the box. And I'm going to really push my shins, or my calves, into the foot bar to activate my glutes. So I've done this before without the push-through bar, and we're going to add the push-through bar today. So I'm going to reach to the bar, I'm going to pull it down, and I'm going to let my whole body just kind of lay down into the well. Now we're going to make this less stretchy and more work. So I'm going to push my calves into the bar, push my pivot bone into the box, and start to curl my body up into a little cobra or up dog position, where I'm using the bar to assist me to lift my head, neck, and shoulders up. And then I'm going to reach it back down and release my chest down towards the floor. I'll do that again. So push your feet, your calves into the foot bar, your pivot bone into the box, lift your chest up, roll your shoulders back, big deep breath here, and then roll it back down. It should feel nice. Do that one more time. Push your feet, legs up, pivot bone down, lift up. This time I want you to hold it. Reach the right arm up and off the bar, set it down. Reach the left arm up and off the bar and set it down. So we're just alternating one arm at a time off the bar. Got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Both arms to the bar. Drop your chest all the way down and relax. Good. So you should be getting a really great chest, shoulder release here. Just letting gravity assist you in the stretch. When you're ready to come out, you can take one hand to the wood, guide the bar up, walk your knees back to the carriage, your elbows back to the box, do a little cat and cow. Usually my back needs quite a bit of release after that, but with the bar I don't really need as much. The bar makes it feel good. Okay, and then we're going to come up and off. We'll remove the box and put it to the side. You can put the bar down. We don't really need that anymore. And we're just going to end with some nice stretching with the feet and straps. So I will put my foot bar back to mid position. I'm going to take one spring off. So I have one red, one blue. That's one heavy, one medium on. And let's go ahead and lie all the way down. So we're at the end of the class, so let's make this a little bit more about stretching and releasing. So we'll make our big motions. So I want you to put your feet into the straps, push the legs out. We'll start with circles. So you're going to go up to start your position. You're going to exhale down in the middle with the legs together, open out and around all the way up to the top and bring your feet together. So you exhale down the midline. Inhale, round all the way up and back to the ceiling. Good. Just take your time. At any point, if you want to stop and stretch along the way, if you want to hang out at any point, maybe you get to the straddle and it feels good and you want to just stop for a moment and kind of rock side to side. This is just an opportunity to stretch, so feel free to take any of those little opportunities that you would like as we move through our feet and straps. I'm going to do one more in this direction, and then I'm going to switch directions. So when you get to the top the next time, let's go ahead and reverse, go out first, pull down and together, and then come back up the middle. And go out, pull down and together, and back up the middle. And I'm not moving too quickly. Just letting the straps help stretch my legs. Okay, just two more and then we'll go into a variation of some short spine. Same rules apply. If you feel a stretch that you want to hang out, and you can. Next time the legs are down at the bottom, we're going to pause. If your headrest has been up, please go ahead and put the headrest down. We're going to send the legs up to the ceiling and then start to peel the spine up one vertebrae at a time. And this may be the first place that you want to stop. So your arms are reaching long. Your carriage should be docked at this point. So the carriage is all the way to the stopper. You're pushing your hips up. You're pushing your feet into the straps. Now you're going to keep the tension on the ropes as you bend your knees to the shoulder blocks. This might be a second place that you stop. I'm going super duper slow the first one. We'll definitely speed it up after this. So you're in kind of in yoga, what's called the ear pressure pose. You're getting a really great stretch through your spine. Draw your chin away from your chest so you've got some room for the neck. And then you're going to pull your hips away from your heels as you start to drop your hips down. Now this might be the third stretch. If you can get your legs straight, it's quite a huge hamstring stretch. So you're just trying to drop your hips as low as you can. When you've dropped your hips as low as you possibly can, you'll bend your knees and pull your heels back to tabletop frog. And then you're going to push your legs straight back to where you started and bring your big toes to touch. So you can go as slow as you like, but I'm going to speed it up a little. So I inhale the legs up. I exhale, roll the hips up, my carriage docks. I pull the knees to the shoulder blocks, heels together, toes apart at this point. Roll the hips away from the heels. Drop the hips as low as you can, straighten the legs as much as you can. Pull the heels back towards the hips, tabletop frog. Push and press the legs long and then rotate back to neutral. So again, you're lifting the legs. Your exhale, peeling yourself up into that shoulder bridge. You're bending into your ear pressure, pulling the hips high. I like to almost push into my arms here and get a really great stretch in my back. And then I'm going to roll my spine down nice and slow. And then pull my heels back to my hips and push my legs long. Let's do it one more time for fun. Bring the big toes towards each other. Lift the legs. Roll the spine up, one vertebrae at a time, coming up into that shoulder stand, bending, holding here as long as you like. Remember, if you lift your chin a little, it creates more space in the neck. And then roll your hips down, down, down. Big, deep hamstring stretch. Pull the heels to the hips, and then push the legs away. Pull the toes together, come back into tabletop, into a butterfly, knees wide. You can give those straps a pull. You can push out on the knees and maybe rock side to side if that feels appropriate. You guys did awesome today. Again, as always, let me know how you feel. Let me know if you have any feedback, any comments, any suggestions. I'd love to put whatever workouts you'd like on, as long as it's something I know how to do. All right, let's take the feet out of the straps. We'll put the straps away. You can work your way over to the right, and we'll end with just a lunge. I always like to end in the lunge stretch. I do like to do it on a blue, so I'm going to take my red off and stay on a blue spring, which is a medium, and I'm going to just push back into a nice lunge. There's a lot of options you can play around with lunging. If you keep the chest lifted, you're going to get a deeper stretch through the hip flexor. Sometimes people like to come down and just get a stretch here that might feel better in the right hip. So kind of play with position and see what feels good for you. Every day might be a little different. And then I'm going to come up and do the other side. So let's walk. I take the lazy man way across. You could also walk across or walk around. Again, I'm going to start by lifting my chest, tucking my tailbones, almost engaging my right glute a little to feel the right hip flexor release. And then if you wanted a second option, you could come down and just see how that feels. And then we'll come up. Thank you guys so much for working out. I hope you had a great time. I certainly enjoyed it, and I hope to see you soon. Have a great day.